Hello folks, my name is Dan DeChico, but you can call me Zero. Today I'm teasing StarDrive Unity. This is a standalone 4X turn-based strategy game that is a spin-off from StarDrive Vanilla. And I'm going to show you a pre-alpha build today, so this is not feature complete by any means, but I wanted to give you just a look at what I'm working on and how things are coming. So the first thing we'll look at is the 4X mode. Now this is a less complete mode presently than the combat mode, which we'll take a look at in just a few minutes. But you can get a feel for how this is going to play. Just like in vanilla StarDrive, you select your race and you can customize that race from a wide list of traits. But here the traits will be quite a bit different because we're using these turn-based mechanics for the strategy level, and this lets us do new things with the economy and just explore some concepts that we couldn't explore in a real-time concept. So I'm going to just continue on, customize my galaxy, and begin the game. Now, what you'll notice immediately is that this is actually a truly 3D galaxy as compared to the first StarDrive, which was it was 3D, but it was played on a flat plane with an immovable camera. So here, at least we can use our camera. You'll notice I'm looking at a nebula right now, and this nebula has gameplay effects, and looks pretty nice when you zoom the camera about. Navigating the galaxy is as simple as just double-clicking on a star to get in and take a look at what's there. This will be the planet interface screen, so we'll just zoom in and you'll be able to manipulate all of the various things you want to manipulate here. I really haven't done much at all with the UI here or any of the gameplay concepts. I just wanted to sort of rough it out so you can see how it will look once I move on from the battle mode. You can see how exploration will happen here. I've got a few colony ships that I can send out. You pick locations and you hit turn. And notice when I hit turn that the turn processes over the course of a few seconds. It's not just instantaneous. I think this helps to not break immersion when you press the turn button. You can see your turns happening. And I feel like the exploration element is pretty good here. I like the reveal of the planet when you get there. It feels better, in my opinion, than SD Vanilla did, at least as far as the exploration elements go. So I think this mode has a lot of potential, and I'm excited to develop it further. What I have been working on more is the battle arena mode. Now, when you encounter a combat in the strategy mode, you'll go to an instanced real-time combat mode. And this battle arena is the proof of concept of that. But it's also more than just an instance combat. Because what you can do now in SDU is have basically missions that you can have combat missions that are unrelated to the strategic gameplay. So you can select a scenario and you can load up basically either a one-shot battle where you start with a fleet, or you start with the money to build a fleet, and then you can just have a fight. Or you can play a story arc where you have maybe a string of 5 missions, and they can be non-linear missions too. So depending on how well you fare, you might go to a different mission down the way. And we're exploring some new concepts here, sort of like the game Fire Emblem. You'll have characters to help drive the story along. I mean, it's very simple storytelling, but it is storytelling, and that's new to StarDrive. Let me just show you what we've got. This is a one-shot battle, and it's just about Captain Alex and her ship, the Intrepid, and she's been intercepted by some Vulfar in deep space. So you'll notice we got a cool title card, and then Captain Alex warps in, and this Vulfar Narg is talking to her. So these guys will have some dialogue, and I should mention that this dialogue is entirely XML driven, and the characters are XML driven, so it's easily modifiable. And in fact, I've built in some tools to automatically generate the XML. So if you're a modder and you want to make a new character and you want to make a new interaction between the characters, it's super easy. I'm really doubling down on the modding capabilities here. So I think you modders will have a lot of fun. I mean, this could easily be Captain Picard and a Romulan in 5 minutes of work. Now, after our initial dialogue, we are met with the deployment screen. And it's here that you get to use the money that you have for this particular mission or campaign to requisition new ships or new technology to fight off the foes. So this button up top leads you to the market. It's not yet implemented, but the market will let you unlock and order new technologies like new laser cannons or rockets or artillery, shields, all the various modules that you want to install on the ship. And then you can also unlock new ship hulls to mount them on. And then here in the shipyard, you'll be able to take your unlocked modules and hulls, and you'll be able to place them down just like you did in StarDrive to make a cool ship design. We've added a few new ship design features, some neat things that we weren't doing in vanilla. I won't go into depth on those here, but we'll do a separate video on that down the way. Suffice it to say, it's module-based. It's very similar to how StarDrive Vanilla works, but it's got some really new and neat features that I think you'll enjoy. Also, one thing that's new here is a full AI designer for the ships, so you can pick things about their target priorities, about which side of the ship they're going to use to face the enemy and under what circumstances. It's pretty in-depth, and it lets you design these custom standing orders for your ships so that if you're not giving them orders, they'll follow what you've designed here to take care of themselves. Okay, now we'll move on to the battle. I'm going to deploy a few Cordrazine cruisers and spend most of my money and just hit begin. So these are artillery cruisers. You can take a look at what they've got installed. They've got these big broadside cannons, and they've got a few laser cannons up front. So they're going to favor offering their broadsides to the enemies. You can see the enemy missile cruisers are lobbing in huge volleys of missiles, so these shields are probably going to crack pretty soon. One new thing you'll notice is that I put a skill hotbar down here. Right now this is just placeholder graphics, but it lets me deploy activatable skills like this missile barrage. But I have plans for tons of other ones like damage control and evasive maneuvers and all kinds of really cool things like that. I see some new shaders on these ships, so as they get messed up, you can see them start taking battle scarring damage. Lots of really great lighting effects. This one is like starting to glow because it's getting so injured. And you can see this new quadrant system at work. The starboard side is down, so it's rotating to show its port to the enemy. In fact, its engines are knocked out, so it's just kind of spinning aimlessly. This ship is really messed up. Alright, so I'm going to take the Intrepid and maneuver her to get a better angle on these missile cruisers because my ships seem to be taking a beating. The enemy is focusing some fire. I'm going to launch a couple missiles up that way. Hopefully I don't miss. Oh yeah, right on target. Bam. Oh, damn. Alright. Intrepid's also got a few little MLRS, multiple rocket launching systems in it, so she's launching some rockets off at the enemies. Just keep her moving. So, some of the things I want to accomplish in this mode, right now the AI behaviors, they're pretty good at choosing targets, but they're not so great at maneuvering, so I'm going to be working on that. I have a lot of content to add, all the new skills and all kinds of weapons and things like that still need to be added. What I really aim to demonstrate here, though, is the sort of core mechanics that are going to be at play, just how this is going to play out, and basically once I've implemented one laser, all I need to do is change the color and the mechanics a little bit, and now you have a disruptor, things like that. So I'm just showing that we're almost ready to really start iterating on the development here. I'm going to launch another rocket barrage. There's still plenty of work to do as far as the UI goes. Right now I've just lifted my own UI from vanilla, but I think we're going to try to employ a real UI designer to help us get this mode whipped into shape. Miss. Let's see, the ship is pretty much disabled and fleeing from the battle. He gave us a little message that he was doing that. We'll finish this guy off up here. Nope, done. skills. So all of these skills can be set to autocast. So if the ship identifies a good time to use the skill, it will automatically use it. Right now I've got the Intrepid on manual mode, but the enemies are using the same heavy rocket barrage skill. They've already used up all their ammo though. And so there'll be all kinds of neat things. I was thinking about shield boosting, extending your shields around friendly ships, different things like tractor beams. I really want to make this a game of tactical choices. And of course, your ship design is what determines your ship skill bar. So you don't get any skills without having the appropriate modules that grant the skills. Another thing you'll notice is a sort of organic accuracy here. So these ship shots are just either going wide or they aren't. Now that's a product of ship experience. And you can see at the end of the level here how my ships have, some of them have leveled up to 2, or some of them are on their way to gaining levels. And as a ship levels up, it gains bonuses. It gains bonuses to its accuracy, to its reload times, things like that. And that's something I haven't implemented here, but this is going to be an area for commendations. So at the end of the battle, depending on performance or different, basically achievements, the ships will get medals. Not all ships will get medals, but some will. And the medals are persistent, so as a ship gains a medal and gains experience, it's going to gain a bonus from that medal for every battle here on out. So say this ship, the Intrepid, got 3 kills and 2 assists. That's pretty good. Might get some sort of Medal of Valor. And then in every battle thereafter, it's got the ship would have, say, a Valorous Aura, so that nearby ships would gain an effectiveness bonus. So this is just a preview, a pre-alpha look at StarDrive Unity. It's obviously we've got a lot of work to do, but you can see where we're heading. And this, using the new Unity engine, this is basically about 2 months of work, what you've seen here. And we're just going to keep putting our head down and keep plowing forward, and I think you're going to really enjoy the final product. So everyone, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, or if you're elsewhere in the world and don't celebrate it, just have a nice weekend, and please keep checking back for more videos, because I'll post them as I keep development going. Thank you.